Once upon a time, in a cozy little village, there was a young boy named Timmy. Timmy had just turned 7, and he was very proud of his big smile, which showed off a tiny gap right in the front. But today was extra special for Timmy because he was about to lose his very first tooth. Every evening, Timmy loved listening to his Grandma Edna's stories about the magical tooth fairy. Grandma Edna would say, "When you lose a tooth, place it under your pillow, and while you sleep, the tooth fairy will come by and leave a little surprise." Timmy couldn't wait to experience this magic for himself. That afternoon, while playing in the garden, Timmy could feel his tooth wobbling more than usual. "Wow, maybe it'll come out today," he thought to himself, feeling a flutter of excitement. As he ran through the sun-dappled grass, Timmy felt a little ting. His tooth popped right out. He held it in his palm, amazed by the tiny treasure. With his tooth safely tucked away in a little bag, Timmy returned to play. But just as he joined his friends on the seesaw, disaster struck. Timmy's little bag with the tooth fell out of his pocket and disappeared into the bushes. "Oh no," gasped Timmy. His friends helped him search high and low, but the tooth was nowhere to be found. Timmy felt tears pricking his eyes, frightened that the tooth fairy would not visit him without his tooth. But his best friend Ella held his hand and said, "Let's ask Winston the wise owl. Owls know everything." Timmy and Ella hurried to the big oak tree where Winston lived. Mr. Owl, can you help us find my tooth?" Timmy called up to the branches. Winston, with his fluffy feathers and round spectacles, peered down at them. "Ooh, a lost tooth, you say? Fear not, tiny one, for I might have seen where it flew." And with a wise nod, he pointed with his wing towards the bouncy pebble path. Following Winston's directions, Timmy and Ella scurried along the path. There, glinting in the twilight, was Timmy's little tooth resting peacefully among the pebbles. Timmy let out a cheer. "Hooray! Thank you, Mr. Owl." As he grasped his tooth again, his heart brimmed with joy. After a joyful day full of adventures, Timmy carefully placed the tooth under his pillow that night. When the morning sun peeked through the curtains, Timmy woke up to find a shiny gold coin where his tooth had been. The tooth fairy had visited him after all. But more than the coin, he had the wonderful story of how he, his friends, and Mr. Owl found the lost tooth. That memory was a treasure on its own. And so, Timmy's heart was full of happiness and thankfulness for magic, friendship, and of course, the wise old owl who was always there to give a helping wing. From that day on, Timmy knew that even when things seemed lost, friends and a bit of magic could always lead you back to your treasure. And with that, Timmy fell into a peaceful sleep with a big, gap-toothed smile.